My name is Scott Langen. I'm the principal and the director of development from the Vitus group based in Seattle and in New York City. We redevelop affordable housing throughout the United States, and currently we're working in 24 states with 3 more states to be added in the next 6 to 9 months. Housing's gotten older and housing's gotten more expensive to build, and frankly, people's salaries and wages haven't gone up in a commensurate fashion. So what happens is that everybody, there's not just an affordable situation of low income people, it's middle income people, and and even maybe more so than middle income people in certain cities like Seattle and San Francisco. The competition to get in particularly very high quality affordable housing is gigantic. It's difficult, it's onerous, and to some degree the system is very much because there's just not enough housing, and there's certainly not enough quality housing. So what happens is that if we buy a property, and one of the first questions we'll ask the seller is, how long is the waiting list? And typically the waiting list will be anywhere from 2 to 5 years long. So if you can imagine trying to find an apartment, and you go into the application office and go, hey, I'd like to live in Meadowwood Apartments, when can I move in? And they say, oh, well, we can put your name on the waiting list right now. The next 2-bedroom available might be in 2024. So the competition and frankly the ability to get into quality housing is difficult. And at Vitus we pride ourselves on doing long-term redevelopment, so the properties are really nice, comparable to market. So what happens is that less and less people move out of our redevelopments, and so it makes those 2 to 5 year waiting lists frankly jump up from 4 to 7 years. So the competition to get into this housing is incredibly difficult. We think that Colorado as a state really is being very pro-housing and very pro-affordable housing through both their state tax credit and some gap funding that they provide developers. But we've been really dying to be in the Denver metro area because of the partnership with Colorado Housing Finance Agency and the local agencies throughout the Denver area. So that's why we're happy to be at Renaissance 88. When we first learned of the opportunity to potentially purchase Renaissance 88 apartments, and just so you know, Renaissance 88 Apartments is located in Thornton, Colorado. It's 180 units, and it's a wonderful mix of 1-bedrooms, 2-bedrooms, 3-bedrooms, and 4-bedrooms. It's a scattered multi-building site of 6 3-story properties with 2 clubhouses that really allow for tenant activities and tenant growth. So when we found this property was available, we from Colorado Coalition of the Homeless, we started talking to them about 2 things. A, what they wanted in terms of financial gain, because they have other needs than for their programs than just running and owning a building like this. So we also asked them if they would consider staying on and working with us doing the homeless supportive services, because that's not what we do. We're really good building owners and building asset managers, but we're not necessarily people who know enough about homeless or the needs of the homeless. So it was a great marriage for us, because it was a great property, wonderfully located, near public transportation, a great mix of units, and in a pretty strong, vibrant tenancy that actually is made even stronger by the fact that there is on-site homeless service coordinators on a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 basis. So out of the 180 apartments at Renaissance 88, 60 of them are set aside for families or individuals in a 1-bedroom scenario, or families in a 2 or 3 or 4-bedroom scenario who are homeless. I mean, not just people who are on, they're not on the street today and into an apartment tomorrow. it's people who have found themselves in shelters or otherwise fallen on hard times, and have gotten through a program with Colorado Coalition of the Homeless to realize that they can live independently. This is, it's an important distinction. Renaissance 88 is not supportive, it's supported Monday through Friday 9 to 5, but people who live there have to be able to live independently, have to be able to clean up, have to be able to pay their rent, and all the other things that go along with being a renter. So but 1/3 of the units on the waiting list are set aside for people in a homeless shelter situation or in absolute need of housing, for fear that if they do not get housing, they would be living on the street, which is exactly what we at Vitus don't want, and certainly the CCH doesn't want. Vitus has been in business for 26 years, and we started off, as any great developer would be, as a consultant, and then we realized, why just be a consultant? Why not be a developer on our own? So we did that, and over the last 26 years we've redeveloped over 11,000 units. And what I mean by redevelopment is that we don't build new housing. We take old housing or older housing, such as Renaissance 88, which is 30 plus years old, or other properties that are 40 or 50 years old, and we put a total renovation, a redevelopment, a rehab on those properties, where we change all the building systems: roofs, windows, boilers, sidewalks, parking lots, and in the individual units, stoves, kitchens, bathrooms, all of that stuff. So Vitus is a redeveloper of affordable housing, and we specialize in acquisition and preservation of housing. Where we're looking right now is that, we were fortunate enough to find this transaction in Colorado, but we're spending a lot of time focusing on the Southeast. We see a lot of people moving to the Southeast. We find the economic conditions stronger in the Southeast than the Northeast right now. So we are entering Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, and we're adding what we already own in Georgia in a major way, and if everything goes well, we'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina as well by the first quarter of 2019. Moving forward at Vitus, I think there's still a huge amount of opportunities to redevelop and find more affordable housing, but I think that the challenges just get higher, and the hurdles get higher. And I think that the only good thing from us is that there's less competition. But that's, we frankly at Vitus welcome the competition. We win some redevelopment opportunities, and we lose probably even more redevelopment opportunities. But the challenge is real, not just for Vitus, but for the country as a whole, to create and preserve more and more affordable housing. So that's our goal, is in 2019, 2020, and 21, is to work harder, work smarter, and frankly look for more opportunities and partnerships like Renaissance 88, because without adding CCH or certain other not-for-profit elements throughout the country, Vitus moving alone, won't be as successful as we want to be.